thank you for tuning in. Today we have with us Mr. PC Sharma. Hello, sir. Thank you for joining us here today.
Thank you very much for having me, Supriya. It's very nice getting connected at such short notice. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, sir. Likewise. Thank you so much for coming today. So, sir, you've been in the industry for so long, and cloud computing is an evolving market. So, I was hoping to learn from you today. How do you see the cloud computing market evolving in India over the next 5 years, and what role do you foresee your company playing in this landscape?
Sure. So, this is really very revolutionizing technologies have come in right now. I've been in the market last, particularly to say precisely 10 years now. Although my overall tech introduction happened back in 1993 with a work experience of 22 years. But I've seen really revolutionizing technological changes right from hardware, real-time hardware being placed to absolutely zero hardware, and later on followed that by now when we look at AI, ML, and they playing a very active role. Although in a very name right now it's still in the beginning stage. There's a lot of hype created although, but then yes, the utility of it is going to be revolutionized. And even if you look at the kind of growth you are looking at, it's pretty massive. So about $18 billion is what is a kind of revenue we're looking at in 2029 just in this cloud market, the growth on the cloud computing market. And if you talk of revenue overall, how much global value that it adds to global revenue, I'm just reading it through McKinsey report, which says $4.1 trillion is what is every year gets added just because of Gen AI and cloud. And Synycs being an AI.cloud, so we have actually we believe that we are poised to grow because we are placed in a very better position. We are already, as it is, a software development company with products. So what we have done is now we are recent addition to the cloud computing market, just started recently. So we already have reached a stage where now we'll be heading to advanced and all. Several competencies are also in the way. We also added certain marketplace products. Now I see AI is definitely going to revolutionize, add much of a value in terms of giving customers, the businesses, the value that they really look at in terms of time, in terms of better performance, in terms of cost. So Synycs offers right from zero cost to customer to moderate percentage basis managed service that is given to businesses of all sizes. There is no restriction on amount of billing. Even a zero bill customer also can avail our services at zero cost. So that's from where we are going. We have no size. All sizes are our customers.
That's good to know, Mr. Sharma. And you mentioned cloud being such a big market, right? So naturally, there are a lot of companies. The market could be a little, crowded. So I know you mentioned a couple of things about Synycs, but what sets your offerings apart from other players in the market?
Right. So we have positioned ourselves in the market vis-a-vis other cloud partners. We are not traditional cloud partners at all. As I said before, we everybody's our market. Like every business we look at, right from a startup to enterprises. We also are looking at adding managed services to these customers at a very low cost. And when looking at the time perspective, when they say how soon will you be able to migrate, how soon will you be able to optimize, modernize our applications on the cloud, then we have deployed, we have AI integrations coming in place. So we have certain power schedulers in place, and we have certain programs which basically expedites the entire journey of cloud migration. So this is all. This keeps us apart when it comes to our offering.
So, which brings me to my next question. I mean, you did mention a little bit about Gen AI and cloud. So how are you exactly integrating emerging technologies like AI, ML, and IoT into your services to provide that additional value to clients?
Right. So we're actually modernizing. Earlier, it used to be the case that you have to collect a lot of data manually, and you depend on a lot of public data. There is a common corpus, largest library of that you can look at on the LLM front. So there are very you know certain data sets in order to give solutions. So as you keep growing, you have these data sets helping you in and actually giving a customized and very there is a specific LLMs that can be built around and then provide solutions. And also when it comes to coding, we use AI extensively to see that and this is something which is also available on real time now. So where modernization, when a business wants to modernize its application vis-a-vis their current this thing, and we come in, it's a day's job now. It's no more a week's job or a it's not a long journey. It can be counted in number of days that your solution can be delivered. So this is all possible only because of the AI and domain specific data sets that we basically look at.
So, sir, you mentioned the deployment time is very less, right? But India is such a diverse market, right? So, people also expect customization of solutions. So, how do you sort of customize your cloud solutions to meet the diverse needs of Indian enterprises across different sectors?
True, absolutely true. There are the sectors are pretty big, enterprises are pretty big. The customizations are definitely not easy. So I was referring to kind of utility that I'm having on hand right now. So there are three things that basically matter when it comes to customizations. The first thing, what that you are dealing with, in a sense, the current infra, how legacy based and what amount of customizations are going in. So we bring in our investment, real-time monitoring, and the observability on top of it, so that there is it's a cycle of changes, right? The second thing that comes is what tools am I actually deploying in order to do that? We are a AI-based system integrators. Synycs, when it comes to, it's a AI.cloud system integrator. So what we do is we bring in not just the cloud service provider like AWS given services alone, but whatever suits to the customer best. So in order to customize, if it is required to take help of a third-party tool and then bring it in order to deliver a app solution, and in a timely manner, we do that. So that and then the third element obviously is a delivery, which never a one go. So always these success criteria keep changing. So when the customer reaches a satisfaction accuracy level of the solution is arrived, it's a continuous thing. So we keep on. It's a part of managed services what we do, the change management, and also there are definitely certain aspects where the coding is required, a lot of integrations are to be done. That obviously will take time. So that is again case on case basis we do it. But nevertheless, having said all that, when looked at before and now, I'm talking of maybe 3-4 months, at least 6 months back and now. If you look at today, as on today, and going forward in 1 year, I really see ChatGPT 5 coming in. There are lot many LLMs, foundational models coming in. So we avail all that and ensure that it is further leaned down in terms of time of delivery, and as well the solution aptness, the accuracy of solution that goes to the customer. So yeah.
I mean, absolutely. It's always essential to evolve along with the market as well as ensure delivery, timely delivery to clients. You're absolutely spot on there. So, sir, you mentioned previously that you've been in the cloud domain from the past 10 years, right? I want to understand what are some of the biggest challenges that you face and how are you addressing them to ensure sustainable growth?
Oh, there are. To begin with, right in the back in 2013, 2014, if you look at cloud solutions, there were not too many services on the cloud. Not every solution was possible to be created on cloud. Now today, you look at it, it's over 200 odd services on AWS. You talk of any platform. AWS is a pioneer. They have started off at 32% market share. They keep it 23% of Azure and 10% of Google. Oracle is catching up pretty good. So now all these 4 public cloud service providers, when we talk of, the market is still wide open. There's a pretty wide open market. Now, from the challenges which I have actually seen is availability of the services in the beginning. Now there are overhyped services which are already doing rounds in the market, but also at the same time are services which are available but not really utilized much. So you have to bring a balance in number of services they have service that can really fulfill. So to even customer must look at the amount of cost is incurring in order to avail that service. He may have to look at on a longer stage. Then winning the confidence of the customer going into public cloud services has always been a challenge. So even today, that challenge still exists in banking arena, in pharma arena, and only good thing is manufacturing is pretty good, and textile. There are all other industries you talk of, it's pretty good, except banking and pharma, life sciences particularly, because of the patents and because of the data residency laws, and even government institutions. There are certain regulations which basically play a role that basically impedes the growth actually. Otherwise it's all set. Well said. And there are certain understandings that have actually paved a real good way for businesses to look at. But then that's not translatable. You have to find a forum where this all can be brought on, and the confidence can be given to the institutions that it's a safe market to go. So I have actually faced these challenges. We have done several POCs for several enterprises that we talk of in these segments, but we could not go ahead beyond that. They again come back and say that no, we have certain challenges, we cannot go. Even hospitals you talk of, there are very few hospitals which actually have gone on to cloud. Hotel industry, again hospitality, they don't move on to cloud. Very few.
Absolutely.
But having said, rest all industries are pretty good.
So, sir, I'd like to now understand. I mean, previously you mentioned your partners, right? So, in the same vein, I'd like to understand. Can you elaborate on your partnership with Crayon and how do they help you enhance your service offerings?
Sure. So Crayon has already got a name in the market. It's very so we basically are banking on the kind of name tag in the global market, and then we want to take that mileage ahead. We collaborated with them to take their experience in penetrating the market, and then learn that it's a very big cloud base that they have got in terms of staff, in terms of knowledge, in terms of experience. Although relatively new on AWS, but they are bit more on Microsoft. But then the experience is experience when it comes to cloud. So yes, it's been a very good so far. We're very happy with Crayon. Moving forward, we probably may also extend our strength on Azure and Google. As of today, we are more on AWS, right, along with.
So lastly, I'd like to understand from you. I mean, you did mention that there are a few industries that are open to cloud computing, and some of them are still hesitant. So I'd like to sort of understand what are your future plans, and what is your vision to cater to specific industries such as healthcare, finance, or manufacturing in India?
Right. So when it comes to there are IoT devices, there are AI, ML, and so health sector pretty much there are several services on AWS which are opened up. So this is more to innovative, adding innovation to it, not and also if the same compliance regulations on a global market of HIPAA, we talk of is all, it's not that easy to build get an audit report that easy, unless they are on public cloud where it's a pre-compliant platform and you just have everything handy, and then you make use of those reports and then start building your application in line with those checklists, and then start doing for auditing. You go for auditing and get it done. But otherwise, it's not that easy. It's very cumbersome when it comes non-public cloud, on-premise or a private data center where you've co-located your servers and all. Having said that, the health sector, when it comes to innovations, you have pretty large scope. You say there is a medical distribution used to be the days when back in 2001, 2, 3 till 5, 6, 10 I believe. But even today you have medical transcriptions going on. You have a health scribe. There are several services of which are translating the medical terminology back on understandable terminology in the scripts form. So that there's no need of a human there. So I'm afraid that part of employment is lost. but then once they upgrade themselves to an extent where they themselves are able to understand these languages and further analyze, become analysts or business analysts or something, then that really helps a lot. There is a big gap of people. See, I myself being a director here, I see a big gap in the kind of pool I'm looking at, the talent pool I'm looking at. I'm not able to find people really. So I want those people who have actually so far not been in this segment to upgrade themselves, learn things, and then come to an area where we can have them. There is a big requirement here at Synycs, so I would definitely like to fill up those.
You're absolutely right, sir. Lack of talent is something that we've been hearing of so often, be it cloud computing or cybersecurity. Everybody literally tells us that there's no talent as of now, and hopefully you'll get those people at your company. I'd like to thank you, sir, for offering such a wonderful insight into the cloud market and how Synycs is making a difference in the market. And it was an absolute pleasure to hear your views. I thoroughly appreciate it, and I'm sure our audience will as well. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. It's very nice.